Picture this, you're at a party. Music's good, people are laughing, someone just handed you a drink. You're surrounded by people who like you, and you've never felt more alone in your life. If that's ever happened to you, standing in a full room, feeling completely invisible, you're about to understand something that most people go their whole lives getting wrong. Because loneliness isn't about how many people are around you. It never was. And once you see what it's actually measuring, you'll never think about being alone the same way again. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. We treat alone and lonely as the same word wearing two outfits. They're not even related. Alone is a number, how many people are physically near you. Lonely is a feeling, and it has almost nothing to do with that number. Watch how easily they come apart. You can be completely alone, hiking, reading, driving at night, and feel perfectly content. No loneliness anywhere, and you can be packed into a crowded room, a full family dinner, a group chat that never stops buzzing, and feel a loneliness so heavy it's hard to breathe. Same person, opposite feelings. The only thing that changed wasn't the number of people. So if loneliness isn't measuring how alone you are, what is it measuring? Psychologists have a surprisingly precise answer, and it reframes the whole thing. Loneliness isn't the gap between you and people, it's the gap between the connection you have and the connection you want. Read that again because it's the whole video. It's a gap, a distance between your actual closeness and your desired closeness, which explains everything that felt like a contradiction. That party, you have 20 acquaintances around you, but you're craving one person who actually gets you. So the gap is enormous. That quiet solo hike, you're not wanting anyone right then. So the gap is zero. No gap, no loneliness, even in total solitude. This is why the most social person you know can be the loneliest. It was never about supply. It's about the distance between what you have and what you need. Now here's where it gets genuinely fascinating, because that painful feeling, it's not a malfunction, it's a feature. Your brain built it on purpose. A neuroscientist named John Cacioppo spent his career studying this, and he landed on something beautiful. Loneliness, he said, works exactly like hunger or thirst. Think about what hunger is. It's not a flaw, it's a signal, an uncomfortable nudge that says your body needs food. Go get some. You'd be dead without it. Cacioppo argued loneliness is the same kind of signal, just for a different need. It's your brain saying, you're running low on meaningful connection, go repair it. For our ancestors, being cut off from the group wasn't sad. It was fatal. Alone on the savannah meant no protection, no shared food, no survival. So evolution wired connection to feel as urgent as eating. The ache of loneliness is your ancient survival system doing its job. You're not broken when you feel lonely. You're working exactly as designed. It's an alarm, not a defect. But here's the part almost nobody tells you, and it flips the usual advice completely. If loneliness is a signal, like hunger, then the worst thing you can do is misread what it's asking for. When you're hungry, more water won't fix it. And when you're lonely, more people often won't fix it either. Because remember, loneliness isn't a people shortage, it's a closeness gap, and you can't close a closeness gap by adding more shallow contact. This is why forcing yourself to a party when you're lonely can leave you lonelier. You added people, you didn't add closeness. The gap didn't shrink, it grew, because now the distance between surrounded and understood is staring you right in the face, and it cuts the other way too. Sometimes the cure for loneliness isn't company at all. It's solitude, real, chosen alone time, where you reconnect with yourself. Because part of that gap isn't missing other people, it's being disconnected from you. The loneliest thing isn't an empty room, it's being in a crowd, performing a version of yourself that no one actually knows. So if adding people isn't the answer, what is? You get honest about which kind of connection you're actually missing. Because the signal is specific, even when it feels like a vague ache. Ask yourself what the gap is really about. Is it that you have people around, but no one you can be fully unguarded with? Then the fix isn't more people, it's deeper with one. Is it that you're connected to everyone but a stranger to yourself? Then the fix is time alone, not another invitation. Is it that you've slowly stopped reaching out and the muscle's gone quiet? Then it's one small honest message to one real person. Same feeling, completely different repairs. And you can only pick the right one once you stop asking, how do I be around more people? And start asking, what's this gap actually made of? That's the shift. Loneliness stops being a verdict on how likable you are and becomes information about what you need next. which leaves one uncomfortable question. The one this whole video has been circling. If you can feel lonely in a crowd, then somewhere in your life right now, there might be a room full of people who think they know you, and not one of them has met the real you. That's not a tragedy, it's a door, because the gap was never a wall. It was a distance, and distances can be closed, but only once you stop trying to fill the room and start letting someone actually in. So the next time that ache shows up, in a crowd, at a dinner, in a group chat that won't stop buzzing, don't ask, why am I like this? Ask what it's trying to tell you. It's not saying you're alone, it's saying someone's missing. Maybe them, maybe you. Here's a strange follow-up thought. That thing we do, avoiding the one conversation, the one message, the one person that would actually close the gap. We do the exact same thing with tasks. We put off the things that matter most and then feel terrible about it. And it turns out the reason we procrastinate has nothing to do with laziness. It's the same kind of emotional avoidance you just watched play out with loneliness. The next video breaks down what procrastination is really protecting you from. I'll see you there.